triangles, what you're trying to look at is you want to see you have similar or congruent triangles. And we're going to move into congruent triangles today. But yesterday we looked at similar triangles. If there's similar triangles, what's the same? The angles are the same. Equal or equivalent angles. Okay? And then sides, proportional. Yeah, proportional. Anybody ever explain what proportion is? So if you have 2:4, that's a ratio. What's a proportion? 2:4 equal to what? Evelyn? Yeah, 3:6. That's a proportion. Two equal ratios equal to each other. And the reason it's significant is we might say 2:4 is what is to x. That's how we use proportions. But it's two equal ratios put together. And that's what's happening with the sides. For congruent, we have equal angles. And what else is equal? Equal sides. So we're going to learn or relearn how to prove that. We had 4 ways to prove it that we'll look at today. But would you go to the homework? Did we finish all of these yesterday? Did we get this number 7 done? We did? Okay. And did we get this number 5? This one's kind of cool. So you have this one's actually really cool. Let me ask you this. Make sure your puzzles are away and take out the yesterday's assignment. This particular tree is at a special point. So if you viewed from the top to this corner and the top to this corner, you would be at the tippy top intersection of that tree. Is there anywhere else that tree could be with that height? Or is there any other height that would work? No, it's just one height, one location. So this is a very unique spot. That's going to help us to be able to solve this with very little information. In fact, all we need to know is that this is 60 and this is 40, and that's all we need to know. Okay? So what triangles do you see that are similar to each other? This little tiny tree and this big one. I like it. So let's get a couple variables in here. We're going to call this variable from Q to P, A, and P to R, B. And we're going to call this height, H, or X. So this is height, H. This is length, A, and length, B. Just so you can see it well. All right, so let's talk about this triangle here. So with this triangle, H is to B as what? 60 is to what? Almost. A plus B, yep. And then this other triangle we can look at. You can go the other way now. You can go this triangle to this one. Right? Now we're going to go H is to what? H. Did I do this wrong before? I think well, this should have been an A before. Wasn't it? No, that was right. That's right. This should be A. A as 40 is to A plus B. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to solve for those. Solve for H. And we were struggling with this last hour. You have 3 equations and 2 unknowns. There's no way this is going to work.
I've heard that before.
Yes. What's that? What's that, Jake? Add these.
I would hear A and B underneath
Let's cross multiply. H times A plus B is equal to 60B. And then H times A plus B is equal to what? 40A. Okay. And, oh, let's just add these. Huh? Let's just add them. Subtracting would be interesting in that you'll get a relationship between A and B, which you already know is 60 to 40 or 3 to 2. But watch what happens when you add these. You're going to get 2HA plus B is equal to 60B plus 40A. Divided by 2, H is A plus B equal to 30B plus 20A. Here's what we did. Go back. I like what I have here, but just switch these around so you get H over 60 is equal to B over A plus B, and H over 40 is equal to A over A plus B. Now, add those together, would you please? So when I add these up, I get H over 60 plus H over 40 is equal to A plus B over A plus B. And because of that, you're going to get 1. And you're going to get H times 1 over 60 plus 1 over 40. Anybody in physics right now? What does this remind you of, this formula?
Oh, it looks like the one sound thing, right?
Not sound.
Electricity. Yeah.
Not electricity.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Well, you could with resistance and capacitance, but I'm thinking of lenses and focal lengths.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's 1 over F plus 1 over distance of the image equals 1 over distance of the object. It has this same relationship.
Can you just multiply like H over 60 by 4 and H over 40 by 6? Then you get 10H over 240. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So here's what I would do. So this is going to be 40 plus 60 over, what is that, 2400? Something like that, equal to 1. So H is going to be equal to 2400 over 100. Is that meters or feet? I can't remember. Meters. Okay, turn to your neighbor, somebody prettier than you, and explain this problem.